Good morning, YouTube. Are you ready for the day? I'm not. Let's go. What's up, YouTube? I just got out of therapy. It was a joy, I'd say. My therapist said it was a joy to see me today, so I'm like, yeah, good, let's start the day. Good. I always recommend therapy, and I'm open about how I go to therapy, because it is really useful and handy. And anyway, so I'm about to go to my real office downtown and do some work. So it's just a crazy exciting day. I'm gonna throw on some makeup because, you know, face, and let's do this. So I'm just gonna throw my face on real quick before anyone has to look at this. It's not bad. I just like looking put together, even though no one I work with would this if I was wearing makeup or not. A lot of times I don't. No one cares. I still get my job done. Throw on some Dermablend Professional, because I need the extra assistance. So I wanted to talk a little bit about where I am in life now, and why I'm in therapy, and why I still go to therapy. So I have PTSD, and I have chronic suicidal ideation, and I have not had symptoms of either of these in a long time. Well, no, PTSD is with me all day, every day, but at least the chronic suicidal ideation is not an issue that I struggle with in the last couple years since I've been in therapy, but it has been a part of my life that is much harder to open up about than a lot of things. I'm very open about how I also have depression and anxiety, and I think it's just important to be able to open up about struggles, because you never know what everyone else is going through, and you always want to make sure that people can relate to you and you can relate to other people. Anyway, so right now I'm feeling really good. I had a very, very good hour with my counselor, who was very nice, very affirming, and I feel good. I feel really good. I have a lot of opportunities in my life right now. I have a lot of good things going on. I have a really good relationship with the members in my family, really good relationship with my boyfriend, who's amazing, and I have good opportunities for work, and I've got good opportunities for play, and I have spent a lot of my life just in this very dark, bad place that I've never been able to talk about, and I'm tired of living like that. So in the last couple of years I've been making a lot of changes, like even little day-to-day changes, and just trying to feel good without hurting anyone, obviously. And it's tough, and it's easy to kind of pull yourself out of the hole, especially with depression, and then to just fall back into it. And if you've talked with me before, you know that I talk about depression as if it's like a chasm in your chest, and you fall into it, and then it's hard to dig yourself out. Like for months you can just be stuck in that black pit, just feeling awful. And I'm on antidepressants, and they help. I was on antidepressants that helped more, but they gave me seizures, and I didn't want to admit that that's what was giving me seizures, because they helped so much. But eventually I switched, and these ones still help. And if you ever are recommended antidepressants, I would say try them. You might not get the right kind the first time. It takes a long time for them to start working. But then you might finally find yourself feeling better. And if you're like me and you don't know what it's like to feel good, then it's definitely worth trying. So anyway, I'm in a place in my life for the very, very first time where I feel happy. And I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I've been dealing with this for like a year, dealing with this like it's a bad thing. I've been going through this for about a year, where I am struggling with being happy because I feel guilty about it. I feel guilty for being happy. It's like I'm cheating on who I used to be. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't who I am. This is, or it's like I'm grieving for the time I spent hurting. Like, if I can be okay now, why did I have to go through that for so long? If you're hurting, if you're struggling, don't be afraid to ask for help, because some people might not understand, and you can't expect everyone to understand. But a lot of people will, and a lot of people have felt the same way and have gone through it and have learned, like, how to cope. Oh, I forgot eyeliner. Oh well. And they can share what they've learned, and they can hook you up with professionals. And if you only want to tell a professional, that's fine. And if you start seeing a professional and they turn out to be awful, don't see them, see someone else. If you can't afford a professional, there are ways to get help. I honestly don't know. I pay out of pocket, which is kind of ridiculous, but it's worth it for me, even though it's kind of expensive and I've had to sacrifice other purchases to be able to go to therapy. But yeah, I need it. I'd rather spend $90 on, ooh, these are thick. Oh, wow. Anyway, I'd rather spend, wow, these are too thick. I'd rather spend $90 on a therapy session being told I'm a walking miracle for surviving what I survived, than spending $90 at the liquor store, feeling good for a couple days, feeling awful for the mornings after, and then dealing with the long-term effects of that. It's healthier to be happy, and even though I'm still struggling with feeling guilty when I'm happy, it's still worth it. It's worth being happy, and you deserve to be happy, and I deserve to be happy. Even, like, it's okay. As long as you're not hurting anyone, it's okay to help yourself and to feel good about your life. That eyebrow's too thick. Anyway, it's okay. The biggest benefit I've ever gotten from therapy was that it has helped me, as I pause while saying this, it has helped me articulate things in a way that I was never able to before. I've always been very closed off and private about my feelings, and I've never gotten the practice where I can just say, I'm feeling anxious, and then think, I'm feeling anxious because, so it's just helped me identify what makes me feel what, which is important. And I'm just gonna, okay. And I never realized how much of a problem that was for me until I started having to tell someone every week how I felt, or twice a week sometimes, how I felt. And it just really is so beneficial to me to learn how to speak about what's going on in my own heart and to speak up for myself you know, even some days I'll go in, everything will be great. I'll say everything is great, and then we can talk about whatever, and I'll still learn something. And that's just as good as when I go in and everything sucks, and I can say everything sucks, and then I can say why everything sucks. So therapy is worth going to, and worth going to every time for me, because I always get something out of it. And if it's not being able to vent my anxieties if I don't have them, which is rare for me, but even if I feel like, oh, I don't need therapy, everything's fine, I still get that practice of speaking and going through my week or the last couple weeks and saying, this is what's going on, this is how it's affecting me, this is how I'm taking care of myself, so I don't fall into that pit. And it's important to do that even if you're not with a therapist. It's important to just take time to sit down with someone, even just yourself, and think, this is what's going on, this is how it's affecting me, and this is how I'll take care of myself. So this is a lot longer than I expected. I gotta go to work. Let's go! And we're working on a skit for her vlog, for her YouTubes.
My YouTubes.
Darcie, pull it together. Pull yourself together? Darcie, get it together? What is it?
Darcie, pull yourself together.
Yeah. Well, your
life
channel.
Getting together guide with me, Darcie.
Is your channel is Darcie Get It Together?
My channel's name is Darcie. No, it's just called Darcie.
Oh yeah.
Because it's linked to my personal email that I use for everything. And when I changed it to Darcie Get It Together, it changed my email signature.
Oh Jesus.
When I was applying to jobs.
So
it's just called Darcie now.
And what's your Instagram for your vlog?
Darcie Get It Together.
Yeah, just one word, Darcie Get It Together. DARCIE.
Yes.
Yes.
Very important.
Plug, plug, plug.
Plug, plug, plug.
What are we doing?
We're not drinking.
What else are we doing?
Not drinking.
We're also getting lunch. So just say we're getting lunch.
Without booze.
Yep. Cool. Mud, mud, mud. Mud, mud, mud. Mud, mud, mud. Mud, mud. We're going to get Indian food.
Yeah.
Or as the Indians call it, food. Or, you know, khana. Khana. Indian khana. Yeah. I'm a rover, high degrees. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my lost company. We're not going in, we're not going in, we're not going in. Sobriety celebration lunch because we've saved so much money by not drinking already, and then the check was super small because we didn't drink either. We're 11 days into January and we're already like, we're rich. We had like this amazing lunch. We split the bill, it was $30. That was really good. Yeah, it was $16 each, not including the tip, which is like nothing. It's like, and it was so fancy.
3 drinks.
Yeah, like it. Yeah. 2 drinks and a meal. Yeah. Hold on. crappy at lunch because I thought I'd lost my lancing device forever. But I found it on the way back. It had fallen out of my pocket right after I checked to see if it was in my pocket. Especially checking probably made it fall out. I could have used a case, but I didn't. It was just free floating. I finished up a lot of work and it's time to go home. Are you ready? I'm home from work. You know that feeling when you walk into your space, whether it's a room you share or even just a part of the house or apartment that you like, or even like a chair at a cafe. Anyway, you know that feeling when you get to your space and you can just breathe. I had a very good day. I had a low-stress, high-productivity day with a really nice lunch break and a really good therapy session. And even with all that, I'm just worn out. Just dealing with being chronically ill and just being worn out from a lot of life. And it just feels good to just sit for a second and just say, I did it. I made it through the day. Getting out of bed was worth it. And I feel good. Sometimes you just have to sit down and tell yourself, I feel good. So you believe it. Because I know a lot of you could be watching like, I can't feel good for so many different reasons. So, you know what? Sometimes it's okay to just give yourself permission to sit down and breathe it out and say this is nice. Anyway, so my sister said goodbye to my sister after lunch, and now I'm back home from work, and she's going to come over with her daughter and just hang out. I'm not going to get her daughter on film, just out of privacy. She's a little kid, so I'm probably not going to film for the rest of the night, so I'm just going to say goodbye. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had a fun time. I hope I wasn't too boring. I hope I wasn't too exciting. And I appreciate you watching. And hit subscribe if you want to, or if you don't want to. Hit like if you think I'm cool, even with my acne scars. Don't hit dislike because I'll get sad. And, yeah, alright, I'll talk to you later. Bye.